Inflation isn't a mistake. It's not a glitch, not a temporary miscalculation, not something that just happens. It's a mechanism. And once you understand that, you stop seeing rising prices the same way ever again. Pause. You've been told inflation is caused by external shocks, supply chain issues, energy prices, unexpected events. And yes, those play a role, but they're not the full story. Because inflation doesn't need chaos to exist. It can be built into the system itself. Short line. Inflation isn't just reaction, it's design. Let's go deeper. At its core, inflation comes from one simple imbalance. More money, chasing the same amount of goods. That's it. When the supply of money expands faster than real value, each unit becomes weaker. Not immediately, but inevitably. Now, here's where it gets uncomfortable. Money doesn't enter the system evenly. It never has. It enters in specific places first. Governments, banks, financial institutions. And from there, it spreads outward. Short interruption. Early access equals advantage, because those closest to the source of new money get to use it before prices fully adjust. They buy assets, they invest, they position. Then, as that money circulates, prices rise. And by the time it reaches everyone else, the value has already shifted. That's the mechanism. Quiet, consistent, built into the flow. Now think about what that means. Inflation isn't just about things getting more expensive. It's about your money becoming less powerful. While others have already benefited from the expansion. Short line. It's not equal. It's directional. Now let's layer this deeper. Why would a system allow this? Because inflation does something very specific. It encourages movement, spending, investing, borrowing. When money loses value over time, holding it becomes less attractive. And that keeps the system active, growing, circulating, expanding. From a system perspective, that's not a flaw. That's a feature. Short line. Still, money slows systems. Moving money grows them. Now here's the contrast. On one side, people who think inflation is temporary. They wait for things to go back. They hold. They delay decisions. They assume stability will return. On the other side, people who understand the mechanism. They don't wait. They adjust. They position their money in ways that can keep up with or outpace the loss of value because they recognize something critical. Short line. Time works against idle money. Now let's interrupt that thought. This isn't about blaming the system. It's about understanding it. Because once you see inflation as a mechanism, you stop being surprised by it. You start anticipating it. And anticipation changes behavior. Now go even deeper. Inflation doesn't have to be high to matter. Even small, consistent increases, 2%, 3%, 5%, compound over time. And compounding works both ways. It builds wealth or erodes it, depending on where you stand. Now bring it back to you. If your income doesn't rise with inflation, you lose ground. If your savings don't grow faster than inflation, you lose value. Not all at once, but enough to change your future. Short line. You don't notice the loss daily. You feel it over years. And by then, it's already happened. That's why this matters. Because inflation isn't something you wait out. It's something you understand and move within. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. The system doesn't need to take your money directly. It just needs to reduce what your money can do. And that's far more subtle, far less visible, but just as real. So the next time you hear about inflation rising or falling, don't just look at the percentage. Ask a better question. Where is new money flowing first? because that's where the advantage begins and where the shift in value starts. If this changed your perspective, subscribe, because the next video might show you how to stay ahead of a system designed